What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here, back for another VOD review, and today we're doing another VOD review of Wajin Iverson, because look up here, he's the double challenger. He's ranking up his Smurf right now, just Peepo sitting at rank 1, and his Smurf is already challenger. It was like master a couple of days when I was watching him, and he's already climbed up the 500 LP to be challenger. So, I mean, what can you say about this guy? What I actually will say about this guy is that I wanted to VOD review a Chinese player, actually, because I haven't done a Chinese VOD review in a while, and I thought, okay, maybe I'll do a Chinese VOD review. So I pull up rank 3 China, because rank 1 and rank 2 don't stream, of course, and I look at this VOD. This is Chen, very, respected Chinese player, and it's just like the worst played TFT game I've ever seen in my life. Like, I recorded the entire VOD review, but I can't in good conscience put it out, because I'm pretty sure you get worse at TFT if you watch this VOD. So I'm just going to VOD review Wajin Iverson, NA, the region that won the Vegas Open, the region that won Set 8 Worlds. Set 9 Worlds was a fluke. We're going to win set... look, I'm not saying that we're 100% winning Set 10 Worlds, but I'm not saying that we're not going to. Okay, so interesting start here. We got dropped actually an Annie from the orb, so we already have Annie 2. That's 3 Annies, and if we do come across a chosen Annie, that's 6 Annies. So it's already like a possibility that we could go something like Annie Reroll here. We don't really have too many other pieces for other stuff here. These augments I all kind of hate. Rampage Rhythm, Crown Guard, Magic Wand. I think I would probably roll these two and then lean towards Crown Guarded if we have to. But Rampaging Rhythm doesn't make any sense in our spot. Magic Wand, I don't think it's amazing in a spot like this where we don't like need the rod. I do love Trade Sector though. Trade Sector is so good. And it's also really good with this Annie perspective. Oh, actually, we had 4 Annies because I guess maybe we're in like the 3-unit galaxy and we already had an Annie. So we are 4 Annies here and we haven't even found Annie chosen. I think we can definitely look to play Annie Reroll from this spot. Get Steadfast Heart here. It's actually surprising he opts to not slam it on Lilia. I guess because he thinks that it's not actually going to make a difference here. Would have loved to find like a Gnasher's Tooth or a Shojin here, but you can't always get what you want. And the only slightly awkward thing about this spot is that Tier builds into Shojin, which you really want on Annie, but the Rod you don't actually care that much about. You really want like Gnashers and, as many Gnashers and Shojin as possible. Shojin and like Gnashers ideally. So it's interesting, actually. These are the units that obviously he's going to look for on his board because Annie just fits in really, really nice there. Potentially the 4 emo, though I'm honestly not even the biggest fan of it. Well, the 4 emo I think is really good if you were playing blue buff, because blue buff reduces you to 32 mana with 2 emo, which is like really fake, but it reduces you to 30 mana with 4 emo. Or no, it reduces you even further. No, I think what I said is right. In any case, oh my god, we hit an emo Annie, and another Annie. So now we are 1 off Annie 3. This Trade Sector is doing work for us. So we're gonna get to see a fun Annie Reroll game. I'm actually hyped for this. I'm really curious. This is a line that I've actually been playing a decent amount. And so I'm curious to see how Wajin Iverson plays it, because I think it's probably the best 1-cost reroll comp that you can play right now. Yeah, I would say definitely the best 1-cost reroll comp that you can play. Really, really nice play, actually, to itemize the Evelyn there. I think the idea behind not putting Crown Guard on Lilia is that he wants to put it on, like, Echo later. And he really doesn't want to get stuck on, like, a Lilia 2 and then not be able to, like to have to sell that Lilia later. So that's the idea, I think. You really would like a sword here. He goes for tier, actually. Wait, he had the option to go for sword here, right? And it was on a way higher cost. It was on a 3 cost. Wow. Huh. I mean, I think the stats do say blue buff Annie is really good. The problem is you have to play 4 emo. I've really been a fan of just playing Shojin Annie, but wow, it looks like Wajin thinks that like blue buff Annie is science, is the absolute tech. Really wild. And I mean, there's an Amumu, so he could easily get to 4 emo pretty quickly. And yeah, once you get to 4 emo, blue buff is really, really, really strong. I've actually had a lot of games where I've had to sort of end up building blue buff, so it's interesting that he rates it so highly, because maybe I've accidentally stumbled onto BIS Annie. But I mean, this blue buff item is kind of broken, though they really, like, after they bug fixed it, that helped it a lot, but the other change was that they added AD to it, which, like, isn't the biggest deal for someone like Annie, though she does actually gain a good bit of attack speed. So I guess I wouldn't be completely shocked. And there's the Annie 3. It's only stage 2, but we already have Annie 3. Not bad at all here. And yeah, 2-6 here. On the full loss streak here, I thought someone was knocking at my door, but I think people are shooting fireworks outside. What the heck? He really just wants to 5 loss it here. So this is actually pretty cute positioning here to try to lose to someone who actually has like a pretty weak board. If we play strongest board, there are chances that we can beat boards like this. But yeah, really, really smart play by Wei Jin Iverson. Put the Annie on your board, but just put her front line to try to kill something. Hey, we kill 1 unit. 69, 5 loss is not the best, but the upside is that we have an Annie 3. So, you know, that's definitely not bad whatsoever. I mean, yeah, you can even, like, potentially level here, though he probably... Okay, actually, wow, this is so smart. He's going to wait, see if he gets gold. If he gets gold, then he can level, still make 40, and roll here. But if he doesn't get gold, then, you know, like, in a spot like this... oh. Okay, I think he ran out of time there to do everything that he wanted to do there. He also did, oh my god, get a Vex. And he has Ionic Spark, which is a solid item. So yeah, I guess this is, in his opinion, the way to play the comp is that you always, with Emo Annie, play into 4 Emo here with this blue buff. It makes a lot of sense, actually. Like, blue buff for Emo Annie casts super fast because she's a 3 auto cast now with the blue buff plus the Emo. And then if you can get like a Shojin onto her, then she becomes even a 2 auto cast, which is completely gross. Shojin Nasher's blue buff, I guess, is probably BIS. Ooh, okay, this is actually interesting. I mean, yeah, you don't really care. I mean, Misconnections isn't even bad here. Partial Ascension is actually, like, not even bad in this comp just because you're already playing for these sort of, like, late game fights. He's going to immediately roll it. I mean, I do think Misconnections is solid. He's going to go for the bulk here. Okay, I can see it. I mean, the bulk, it's kind of like 2 ideas. I think based on this evaluation, I'm assuming that he doesn't like Partial Ascension in this comp. It is sort of like a win more augment where, like, you want to sort of get to... I'm actually a bit surprised that he didn't take... Well, I think I know why he didn't take Misconnections, because Misconnections does give you... It gives you Kennen 2, Lilia 2, and a bunch of Econ. But I think the reason why he didn't want to go for Misconnections here is because we're already Trade Sector, we're already an Econ augment, we're already probably going to find this stuff all 2-starred with Trade Sector on, you know, like level 6 or level 7. We'll just end up finding them 2-starred. But if we end up taking Misconnections there and then hitting everything, it's just going to cap us out lower. Like, we need to cap high because we're an Econ augment, because we're a 1-cost reroll comp. If we don't cap super high, then we're just going to end up losing the game because a 1-cost 3-star is just going to fall off once you're fighting like 2-star 5 costs. Even like 2-star 4 costs, theoretically she should be weaker than, but like honestly, like a lot of the 2-star 4 costs, I think this Annie is stronger than. And wow, man, the 4 emo blue buff Annie is actually like definitely science. Today I learned, because I've definitely been like leaning into the Shojin, but like it's just that this this blue buff item is so strong, and once you get 4 emo in, it's really, really nice. He just goes for Nashers here. Once again, like, he's taken so many low-cost units just to greed for BIS, but I mean, that's what happens when you play reroll, right? You want to just greed for the perfect items on your units. He picks up Nashers here, which is a great item. He can level here, use his free reroll for a Seraphine. But yeah, I mean, the main idea, like, I think actually in some other spots, maybe you would roll a bit more here, but he's so strong that, like, he doesn't really need to roll in a spot like this, even though, like, his entire board besides Annie is 1-starred. Just like this Annie is just going to do insane work, and with the 4 emo in, pretty much every time a unit dies, she's going to end up casting, so she gets to that 4 cast incredibly fast. So yeah, I assume he's just going to go fast 8 here, and then roll for everything on 8. He could just play that board that he built out in the team builder here, which was that 4 emo, get the end up getting like the Nico in. He's 3 Spellweaver now. So it'll be interesting to see if he ends up like going up to play more Spellweavers than this. But I mean, yeah, like a Nico just fits right into this board. Though it's a little bit weird with the Amumu because like you end up being 3 Guardian, but it's kind of fine. Also, notice how he's positioning to protect the Amumu. I think this is really smart because the Amumu has Ionic Spark. If you put the Amumu on the outside, there's a very high chance that it actually just dies immediately and you lose your Ionic Spark. But with this positioning, as you can see here, like, oftentimes, you put the Amumu in the middle to protect it. They're going to aggro onto the Echo here, kill the Echo first, usually, and then the Amumu is going to get to live. As you saw in that last fight, like, the Echo dies really quickly, then the Amumu gets to live, which is really nice. Surprising, I don't know what that was. Like, it almost looked like he was thinking about not making Vex too, but I don't know why he would do that. Oh! Okay, so we just got dropped an Emo Spat. This can be 2 things. This can either be 6 Emo or it can allow us to cut a unit. I kind of feel like it might be 6 emo, but I like, okay, I actually wanted to see, like, what does 6 emo actually do? It gives you 20 AP, it brings the mana to 30% less, but I don't think that's going to make a difference for Annie, an extra 5%. Like, I don't think that actually changes how quickly she casts. So it's really just 20 AP and gaining 25 mana on ally death, which is a lot. S Surely she doesn't get down. I mean, it's probably this spat, right? And you can, oh my god, he hits a Lulu, actually. You can emo spat the Lulu. But yeah, I think this actually makes perfect sense. I don't think 6 emo really does that much for Annie 3. So we're just going to emo spat our Lulu, which is like a disgusting spat to put on this unit if you guys haven't seen emo Lulu 3. Like, I don't know, maybe you'll see it this game. But this unit just spits out spells. I mean, especially when she was like Giga Broken. I played this on like PvE, and the game was just too easy. But yeah. Item-wise here, or augment-wise here, I don't think most of these are good. I think stationary support is perfect here. Yeah, I mean, there is also the Ascension idea I was just talking about. Contagion, wow, man, it keeps surprising me. It's such an interesting pick, because I think the stats on this augment look like quite bad. It makes some sense, right? Like, you're front to back type comp. Also, he hit the Poppy. He could play the 6 emo version here, but like, I almost like kind of hate it. Like, you could even just play that Taric and play like 4 Guardian here, because this is like basically your board. I mean, an Ahri would also be like a solid addition, like getting KDA in. Ooh, Kiana, but like, I mean, you play Kiana. Emo spat Kiana. Whoa, wait, this is actually sick. Yeah, so he's gonna get the Ahri in. That's 3 Spellweaver, so now he can just get Kiana in, and then just emo spat his Kiana, get a ton of casts off from. Wait, that actually seems so good. She's not gonna do that much damage, but emo spat Kiana is gonna cast a ton. I actually kind of love it. If you want, he's not gonna end up selling. Ooh, Poppy Pear, interesting. And also a Seraphine, and also an Alawi. This game's actually getting like quite dizzying. Because like you want to keep this core package of like, I mean, it's really just Annie plus a unit. Like, you can move these items to Poppy too, which is why he's holding on to the Poppy. And like Superfan is fine. It's actually not that good. And like, I think that's why he's holding on to stuff like the Alawi to potentially get out of Superfan later. Cause like, yeah, I mean, you can get out of the Cannon pretty easily, though. If you get out of both of these, you end up losing Guardian. I'm really curious to see what his final board ends up being. Because like, if you get like another Nashers here off Carousel, you could easily just play double Nashers blue buff Annie instead of JG, and like, it might be better. But yeah, to talk more into the Contagion, I mean, it makes sense with Annie, right? She's a front to back unit. Contagion is a front to back augment. I'm just a little afraid that we're not gonna have that much, like, enough frontline on this board, and that our frontline could really be supplemented by something like a like a stationary support. I think the stationary support augment is like kind of actually insane in spell weavers, but yeah, he goes for the Contagion, and like, I definitely don't hate it. No bow here or a potential Nashers. You could just go for like another JG. You could go for this, which is like maybe another Steadfast Heart. It could be Sunfire, I guess. I don't love this Sunfire, but ooh, there's also Emo Spat Ziggs, which is now an option, which like is not. But you already have Ionic, so you don't really need it. If you don't have Ionic here, Emo Spat Ziggs is a decent alternative. Yeah, he's just gonna go for the Sunfire here, but crucially, he doesn't build it on his main tank. He doesn't really want to put it onto his main tank. He just wants to get the Sunfire effect on whatever unit the Annie's hitting at the start, but he doesn't really want to waste an item slot on this like kind of like fake tank item. There's also like, it's very possible that he made the call that he needed Sunfire by looking at the lobby. Like, if you look at this lobby, we just fought a Jax player. That's a matchup that Sunfire is really, really nice. It's very possible this is just a lobby that we need healing reduction in. And so we're just going to go for the Sunfire to sort of guarantee that. Pivots into the 5 Spellweaver here, like I was talking about. Ooh, okay, pivots out of it. He's definitely looking at it, right? Getting out of this the Superfan, though I don't think it's really correct yet. But potentially next round it will be, once we get a third item for this Annie. Get out of these Superfan units, get into some Spellweaver units, farm an item. Not bad. This Kiana's a beast. It's actually such a cool... I've never seen Emo Spat Kiana before, but like, it makes sense, right? She likes to cast. She likes to kill stuff. She fits in with true damage. I mean, that's all you need in life. It's an interesting spot as well. Like, super paired up. Echo pair, Lulu pair, and Poppy pair here. And a lot of these pairs sort of like below our board, wide open. Like, if we can hit some of these, then we can start making some of these big pivots. Another bow there. So if we find a belt here, we could go for Nashers. The only downside is then we have to make QSS. But I mean, QSS Ahri I don't even think is that bad. If we don't... Yeah, I would be... Okay. I mean, it is double Nashers here. You have to make QSS if you do that. What's the other option here? I mean, another Steadfast Heart I don't think is even that amazing. I guess you could go like Gargle, but then you have to go something like Last Whisper. Yeah, I think it just has to be Nashers QSS. QSS isn't amazing, but you just slam QSS on like this Lulu or this Ari or something. Or you can even just put it on Kiana here, actually. You just QSS the Kiana, and, you know, she's going to make decent use of it. Oh, or you could QSS no one and try to greed farming another component, which wouldn't be that shocking. It's a little shocking of a play, but it's definitely kind of a sick greed play. But yeah, he's just going to pivot into this version of the board, which is way stronger, right? You don't need these super fans this far in. And now that we have 5 Amumus, I almost think it's like time to stop caring about this Poppy and just play for Amumu 3. 5 Amumus. He hits Poppy 2. He's going to play it over. Oh. Ooh. Okay, so he now pivots out, puts the emo spat onto the Lulu. And I think he's thinking of getting back into 6 emo at this point. What a, like, creatively and, like, flexible game of TFT. No, he's not even going to play the emo. Interesting here. I wonder what he's going to do. QSS the Poppy for now. Doesn't have to be forever. Emo Amumu? Fuck it. Open sell the Annie. But yeah, 5 emo. I mean, he just thinks Poppy is the best, like, extra unit to play here. Like, a Poppy 2 is stronger than a Kiana 1, which, I mean, I can't really say is wrong. And also, I think he's sort of getting to the point where he feels like the Kiana's falling off. She's not going to kill enough units at this point. This Lulu, though, is a ton of AP for your team with Spellweaver, and sort of like CC in her ability to like cast and turn units into. She turns them into like a speaker or something. I don't even know what they're supposed to turn into. But yeah, actually, like, I think this makes perfect sense. I mean, I was gonna say, like, what if we got like another emo spat? Ooh, Crown Guard would go crazy here. I think you'd love Crown Guard. If not, you can take a second Steadfast Heart here. Yeah, you can't get Crown Guard there. It almost looked like he was angling for second Steadfast before Crown Guard, which would be surprising to me if that was actually the case. Like, I would be interested to see if he would have taken Crown Guard there. I feel like you definitely would, but I'm not sure. Because I just want to finish third Amumu item. Double Steadfast is kind of repetitive. All that damage reduction. You do better to get like more tank stats like health or armor and MR, which you know, is exactly what Crown Guard gives you. You know, the big shield, the armor. Like, it's really, really nice in a spot like this. We're just gonna end up stomping this guy. This 5 emo 5 Spellweaver board is doing a lot. I wonder if we will just like go 9 and add 6 emo. It's just like 6 emo still seems so underwhelming, but like it gets better now that we're playing emo. Lulu, we're playing, you know, when you play 6 emo, you're also buffing other units besides Annie. So like it's definitely not bad. It's just not that insane on Annie. But yeah, curious to see what he does here. He's going to put Ari in Team Planner. Yeah, and the Vex. So he is going to look for the Vex. And he's looking for Sona as well as a potential replacement for this Lulu. You can just go emo spat Sona and get her casting really quickly. Also, she has attack speed to the Annie, which, you know, makes her cast even faster, makes her rock that blue buff. Like, yeah, it's... Oh, and there's the Vex immediately. So, yeah. Now, oh, Blitzcrank. Interesting. I'm not really sure where this... I mean, the idea is that you just play Blitzcrank over... No, wait, you can't, because then you lose Spellweaver. Unless he's trying to fit it somewhere else. I'm not sure. Interesting. Oh, I thought it was a duplicator for a sec, but it's just a remover. I mean, there's the Blitzcrank, so I guess we're going to see where he's going to try to fit it in. There's also Alawi. Yeah, like, if you hit something like Alawi 2, I think you definitely look to play it. There's Vex 2. You can't really hold on to the Alawi that long, though. And there's Ari 2. A lot of great hits here. Interested to see if he... Ooh. I mean, I think Starax for the Poppy. And yeah, he just goes for a third Poppy item here. I probably would have looked for just a Mumu item there, but like he makes the judgment that, I mean, like, Poppy is definitely tankier here. It's a 2-star 4 cost versus a 2-star 3 cost. And he thinks, like, I'm actually pretty far from hitting a Mumu here. I'm not going to play for like max cap, which is like Mumu 3 items. I'm just going to play for Poppy items. And like, I think it makes sense. Also, I'm not sure how good this Crown Guard item actually is on a Mumu. I mean, like, the stats are good, but does AP... I think AP just scales the amount of damage that a Mumu does, which is another reason that maybe he's sort of like shying away from the item. And also Starax is like very nice on a unit. Like, Poppy gives her everything that she could ever want. But yeah, I mean, look at this board. The 6 emo, this Annie just chain casting. Every time a unit dies, she almost insta-cast because it's basically her full mana bar. And it is going to be a top 2. Let's see if we can close it out with a dub. Ooh. Like, you know what's messed up is, like, I don't even think that's stronger than Annie. Like, this Annie unit is so good. And, like, it messes up your synergies really hard. Like, it's actually so funny that it's actually worse to go for Chosen Sona than it is Chosen Annie. But, like, you know, it kind of makes sense. All right, Poppy here is just being an absolute beast. But the front line is burning. But I mean, Annie's getting to her full cast here. The Amumu's still alive. Yeah, this fight looks so hard for Flightsy there. Flightsy was, though, 50 gold, if you saw. Itemize here, true damage spat. True damage spat just for Ari. I mean, I guess I don't hate it. We're one off Amumu. I mean, it's probably our best option. I don't know why I'm saying I don't hate it. Like, it sucks. Oh, but there is the Sona. Like I said, gonna move the emo spat over to the Sona and then just put the true damage spat onto Ari. So now once a couple of units die, the Sona is just gonna cast very quickly. You know, like a unit's gonna actually, I mean, our units take so long to die, but there, unit dies, we get to Sona cast, boom, second Sona cast, and just look at the attack speed on all these units. We beat level 10 of Flightsy's board. Pretty crazy game. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. Check my Twitch and all my other links down below. Thank you.